My name is Jerome Bruner. I was born October 1st, 1915 in New York City. I went to Duke University to receive my bachelor's in 1937. I then went on to Harvard to receive my doctorate in psychology in 1941. I was a psychological warfare for the U.S. Army in France. When I was finished there, I went to return to Harvard in 1945, then became a professor of psychology in 1952. During the years of 1960 to 1972, I directed the University Center for Cognitive Studies. I left Harvard to become an experimental psychology professor at the University of Oxford in 1972 to 1980. After that, I then became a professor at the School for Social Research at the New York Institute for the Humanities at New York University. My theory is discovery learning. In discovery learning, I believe that children have a natural curiosity and desire to become competent at various learning tasks. It is a method of inquiry-based instruction. I believe that it is best for the students to discover facts and relationships for themselves. It is a theory that takes place in problem solving. The student has to draw on their own existing knowledge to discover new truths to be learned. If students can manipulate objects, work with things, and discover problems on their own, they will become more likely to remember and know and understand the concept and the knowledge that they are discovering on their own. My theory goes along with Piaget's theory of child development. We both agree that children were born ready to learn, because I believe that children are ready to learn as soon as they are born. We also agree that children are active learners and that cognitive development entails the use of symbols. My theory illustrates mostly in mathematics and social science programs for young children. I have my theory based on 3 stages, but they aren't age-related like Piaget's theories are. Going through the stages is essential to truly understand the concept, as it helps the learner understand why. I had 3 modes of representations. They were inactive, 0 to 1 years old, which is knowledge through actions. Iconic, 1 to 6-year-olds, which is visual summarization of images. And the last one is symbolic, 7 years old and onwards, which is the use of words and other symbols to describe experiences. How my learning theory can apply to elementary classrooms. Instruction must be appropriate to the level of the learner. The teacher must revisit materials to enhance knowledge. Teachers need to build on pre-taught ideas to help fulfill the former concept. The materials must be presented in a sequence, helping the students to acquire and construct knowledge and transform and transfer the learning. Students should be able to involve their prior knowledge to structure the new ideas and knowledge they are learning. The teachers need to help students categorize the new information in order to be able to see the similarities and the differences between different subjects. The teachers should be assistants to their students as they are learning, but fade away as the students become more knowledgeable of the lessons being taught. Teachers should also provide feedback that is directed towards the motivation. I suggest that teachers can nurture this intuitive thinking by encouraging students to make guesses based on incomplete evidences and then to confirm or disapprove the guess systematically. Experience is a success and failure, not as a reward and punishment, but as information. When a task becomes too difficult for the children, they become very bored. So the teacher must present schoolwork at a level so as this challenge the child's current development stage. There are some pros and cons of my development. My pros is it encourages active engagement. It promotes motivation. It promotes independence and responsibilities. And it develops a creativity and problem-solving skills. The cons are it could be a creation of cognitive overload, potential to misconceptions, and teachers may not be able to detect problems and misconceptions. So I am Jerome Bruner, explaining to you what my theory is, discovery learning. I hope you vote for me.